So today we're here with Ric Parnell of Atomic Rooster and Spinal Tap. Just hearing some awesome rock and roll stories. And
Oh, I have a couple. The one I haven't told you yet is the Jimi Hendrix story.
now this is the one I want to hear.
So, one day, I'm like 16, 17, and I'm hanging out, and my dad goes, "Oh, Richard, I'm taking you to the show today." I went, "Why?" He goes, "Well, your idol's playing." I went, "Yeah, who's that?" He goes, "Jimi Hendrix." I was like, "Okay, fine." And we go there, and it's a little tiny TV studio. It's the Dusty Springfield show. And it's a tiny TV studio, and I'm sitting in the front row, and there's a couple of old ladies here, and there's a couple of teeny boppers over here, and right in front of me is this Marshall stack. I mean, literally 10 feet in front of me is a Marshall stack. And Dusty does a tune. Okay, good. And then she goes, "Okay, I'd like to introduce you to my guest from America, Jimi Hendrix." And I'm like sitting there going, "Oh my God, Mitch Mitchell's over here." We became lifelong friends after that gig, by the way. And you know, but Hendrix he's right there, and he does Stone Free. Stone Free. Do it, you know, it's like, okay, fine.
Awesome.
Then Dusty comes back on. She goes, "Okay, me and Jimmy are going to do a tune. We're going to do Mockingbird. He's going to buy me live." This is live in the studio.
Oh, that's
right.
awesome.
I mean, literally live. There's no miming. It's live in the studio. They do Mockingbird, and I'm like, okay, fine. Cuts to a commercial because it's a live show. Now, I'm sitting there going, okay, well, you know, it's a half-hour show. Hendrix has done 2 songs. Okay, it's going to be something else. And no.
That's awesome.
She comes on and she goes, "Jimmy's going to do a song from his upcoming album, Electric Ladyland."
Oh, that's awesome.
And he stood right in front of me and he went,
no way.
And he plays Voodoo Child.
No,
There
shit.
for the first time in public, and I'm fucking
sick.
going, "What?"
I would lose my fucking mind.
I did.
You get that
No, he did the whole
for
thing.
the first
right,
time anybody ever heard
10 feet from me, Hendrix did that.
For the first time anybody ever heard.
The album hadn't come out yet. A little off story. When the album came out, obviously I bought it's a double album. The first track on side 1 is Voodoo Child, and I'm going,
Slight Return.
No, that's not it.
Slight Return.
It's the blues. You know? And I listened to the entire album. On the back of side 4 is Voodoo Child, Slight Return. And
that's
it goes,
the one.
And I leapt out of my chair and I cranked the fucker up like that.
You're like, yeah,
cranking it. Anyway, the rest of the story.
Awesome.
The rest of the story is after the show. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God. My dad goes, "Hey, would you like to meet Jimmy and the band?" I'm like,
oh my God, you probably shit your pants.
Yeah, I suppose. You know? And we go backstage to the backstage bar, and they're all in there. And my dad introduces me to Hendrix, and he shakes my hand.
Oh, wow.
And he goes, "What are you drinking, man? What are you drinking, man?" I went, Scotch and Coke. I'm like 16, you know. Scotch and Coke. Jimi Hendrix bought me a Scotch and Coke. And then, as is the thing in England, when you open a cigarette pack, you hand them around, and I took a Marlboro out of Jimmy's Marlboro pack. Wow. And then he goes off because he's got chicks all over him. And Noel Redding's over there with his little entourage, and I end up hanging out with Mitch. And like I said, we became lifelong friends from that moment on. And he was telling me about how him and Hendrix hated Noel. Well, he was stuck up. He thought he was a rock god.
The bass player.
The bass player. He thought he was a rock god. He had literally an entourage
I
of
like
hangers-on, you know, doing the
Billy
whole thing.
Cox, though, was awesome, right?
But yeah, that's my Jimi Hendrix story. Okay.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
I got more. Led Zeppelin's first ever gig as Led Zeppelin, after they changed their name from the New Yardbirds, they had put out the Led Zeppelin album, the first one, and me and all my friends were like blown away. And we find out they're playing at Kluk's Cleek in Hampstead, Led Zeppelin. First gig as Led Zeppelin in England, and we all went, and I sat again 10 feet from John Bonham's fucking drum kit, the big Ludwig that I ended up.
You got to see all the legends.
I actually played on that.
No
kit.
way.
No, because this guy I recorded with had bought it in auction in LA, and I ended up playing on Bonzo's fucking Ludwigs. Anyway,
That's gotta be an orgasm for a drummer.
I'm sitting there just going, "Good fuck." First time I ever saw a strobe light.
What?
No, what the fuck's going on? That's a strobe, dude. It's cool. Okay. That's Led Zeppelin, and okay, how many more of these have I got? Oh God, thousands. This is why I'm having a book written about me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. You should.
It's called Memoirs of a Twice Dead Drummer.
That's awesome.
No, I exploded on stage, you know, with Spinal Tap. So
over and over, brother, every night, right?
So yeah, so I'm now twice dead. You know, I am not once dead, twice. And no, it's my life story. My friend Tim Wilson's the ghostwriter, and he's a really good writer. And this book has been in the offing for 10, 12 years, and he's still working on it.
Awesome.
Because he puts every single bit of anything I say into it.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing book.
You know, because I've had this stupid life, as obviously, you know. I remember sitting on Lenihan's lap when I was a little kid. No, my dad was a big jazz drummer, and Lena Horne's hanging out in the house, and she goes, "Hey," and I sit on Lena Horne's lap.
That's awesome.
No, you know, my entire life. That's why I'm having this book written, because he said, "You've had this insane life, dude."
Yeah, for real.
Would you like me to write about it? I'm like, knock yourself out, man. You know, anything you need to know. If I've got the memory, which occasionally I don't. But no, if I've got the memory, it's like, okay, here's a good memory. You'll like this. Excuse me, I'm taking a...
Cheers.
Woo!
Cheers to...
Let's cheers to Ric Parnell.
To Ric
Well,
Parnell.
cheers, kids.
The re-resurrection, maybe your third alive.
Okay, so I remember sitting on my dad's lap. My dad was a big jazz drummer, and he was promoting Ajax drums, and I remember sitting on his lap when there was the apartment I kind of began to grow up in, and there's these people with cameras, and they're asking him questions. I'm sitting on his lap, and I get given this little pair of ebony drumsticks with silver tips. Wish I still had those.
That's cool.
But so no. Anyway, years later, I said, I was thinking about this memory I had about sitting on your lap. What was I, 3 or 4? And he goes, "Oh no, you were not 3 or 4." And he finds the photographs, and I am probably 6 months old. I can't talk. I can't talk. I'm in booties, and I'm bald. I'm completely bald, little bald baby in booties.
That's when you wanted to be a drummer.
What? No. But the point of the thing is that I'm 6 months old and I can't talk. How do I remember exactly what was going on? I knew it was Ajax drums. I knew it was a thing for my dad.
Wow.
I knew all of this, but I'm 6 months old. I'm a bald baby.
Wow.
And I knew what was going on. And Dad was like, no. You didn't know. I said, I do. I did. I knew it was an Ajax photo shoot for you as the Ajax drummer. and you know, I was sitting on your lap, and I got the little.
That's
So
incredible.
I actually have very vivid memories of 6 months old before I could talk.
Wow.
I also
That's
have very
insane.
vivid memories of my mum stopping me breastfeeding. Oh, I hated it.
Really?
My mum
Weaning
had
you
the
off.
best tits.
I love it.
I remember when she took me off and put me on the bottle, and I bawled. And then when she took me off the bottle, I remembered that, and I bawled. You know, I mean, how do you have memories? I can't remember what happened 20 minutes ago, but I can remember what happened when I was a couple of months old. What the fuck is going on with me? You know.
What are your thoughts on Elvira?
We've got Elvira right over there. Classic 80s
Oh.
horror icon. Have you met? Worship Elvira. We all worship Elvira. Kelsey's got something to show you here.
Oh, come on.
Elvira.
Come on,
Elvira.
baby.
Oh,
I
man.
did meet her at the
You
Kibitz
did?
room. Yes, at the
Let's
Kibitz
get that
room.
thing over here on the camera, baby.
I did meet her.
It might have to
She
replace
was as
one.
cool as she is, if you know what I mean.
She's as cool as she is. Yeah.
No, she was just sweet. And that's
She's
it.
actually kind of a, like, she's probably what? Like, kind of a nerdy, geeky. lady.
Not even.
Not
No,
even.
she was hip as fuck.
She was hip as fuck.
Hip as fuck. Look, you don't take pictures like that if you're not hip as fuck, okay? I mean, come on.
It's a little cut off the camera. I'll go
She
adjust
is
it.
wonderful.
Just so that we can make sure to throw our shout
I mean,
out
I only met her
to
like,
hashtag Elvira. Elvira. Awesome. Good call, Kels.
Nice.
Yeah, she's definitely my idol right now. I'm definitely giving
no,
her some
she.
mad
I
kudos.
watched every single episode of her program.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It's so
I've
classic.
actually never seen
I
it.
am
I just
a
think
massive Elvira fan.
She's
Wow.
awesome.
she's
But no,
incredible.
when I met
In
her,
the flesh.
she was just her without the wig and the makeup and the whole thing.
Cassandra Peterson.
And I'm just kind of hanging out having a beer, and she's like hanging out having a
Check this
beer,
one.
and I suddenly went, "What's your name?" She goes, "Elvira." I was like,
Yeah,
"You are, aren't you?"
I will not forget.
I was like, "You are Elvira." She goes, "Yeah." I went, "Nice to meet you." The Kibitz room in LA, off the campus.
This is my mouse pad.
Wait, I didn't fondle him.
You gotta fondle
Oh,
him. You gotta
Definitely
fondle
I
him.
have- I
a
have to
titty
ponder.
shout out right now.
Oh,
Titty
oh,
shout.
Right?
sorry.
I
Sorry, it's a bit.
can't blame you. I can't blame you.
No, but she was as sweet as a nut. Kibitz room in LA, Kansas Deli. I saw Neil Young jamming there. I
No
jammed
way.
with Ricky Lee Jones. I jammed with Jacob Dylan.
No way, Jacob Dylan. That's
oh, fuck yeah.
Kelsey's crush.
No.
No.
One of Kelsey's crushes.
No.
What?
No.
What? No,
Secret,
come on,
top
come on,
secret.
come on.
No, she only likes.
No, the Kibitz room.
Never.
The Kibitz room at Kansas Deli is the most amazing little fucking bar with a little teeny stage where everybody plays. Look, Neil Young, you know, I mean, come on. Me jamming with Ricky Lee. It's like,
That's
come on.
awesome.
You know, I mean, serious. Me jamming with the Wallflowers. Yeah, sure.
The wallflowers, that's awesome, man.
I know. No, that is a place that if you're ever in LA, you have to hit the kid.
The kid.
You've got to hit the kid. There's a website for them.
Take a
We're called the
context there.
Fockers.
The fuckers.
FOCKERS. Friends of Kansas Kibitz Room. Yeah.
That's where they got Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm a fucker. And no, that bar, I literally was the house drummer there for years. Didn't spend one penny on food or booze. It was like, oh, Rick's here, you know, he's drumming, he's in. You know, if you
So
played,
cool.
you got a free sandwich and free beer.
Rock on.
Works for me.
Every night. Yeah.
Even though it was
To
cool.
jam with Neil Young. Okay.
It was cool.
I do it
Hey,
for
but,
free.
you know, I'm not. Yeah, it's free.
That's That's
American
awesome.
beer. Is it true what they say about American beer?
Yes, it's shit.
So what is that? What's the difference though? I mean, you just got like more beer.
All right,
in
I'll
your
tell
beer
you a
in England,
story.
and we have more water.
I'll tell
or
you a
something.
story about the difference between British and American beer. I'm back in England. My dad lived in this little town called Southwold in Suffolk, and I had gone to visit him, and my brothers were there too, and we went out to the local pub. Little tiny pub, you know, with the horse brasses everywhere. And the whole thing. It's right on the, what's the coast? North Sea. It's on the North Sea coast.
Pretty.
Right across from Denmark and shit. Anyway, so we go in there and I'm like, well, what are we going to drink? And they go, okay, there's a local brewery there called Adnams Ales, which is 650 years old.
Wow.
They had pulled out one of their recipes from 200 and something years ago, and it was at the time of Lord Nelson, and it was called Broadside. And the picture was the boat
Because
doing
you actually have
broadside.
history. You have culture in
This is
Britain.
great.
So, listen. So I go, I'll have one of them. And I took a sip and I'm like, oh. What?
Yeah.
No. It's not that good. It's a 200-year-old recipe from a 650-year-old.
Yeah.
There's the difference.
Yeah.
Older than America.
And English beer.
Because the beer is older than our country.
There you go.
It's Coors Light. It's Coors Light. You're tasting the Colorado Rockies. Taste the Rockies.
No, you're not.
And it has that marketing brand.
I invited Rick
from
on,
the
my
he said in all caps, "No Coors Light."
My ex-wife, Biko, was a model, and back in the 80s, she was actually one of the Coors models on, I would see her
It's no
driving
Coors
through
Light.
Denver.
Wow.
And there's her, Biko going, she goes, hey, it's money, babe. I'm like, okay, fine.
You're
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
that
I wish it wasn't Coors, though.
So you're living off that Coors money.
I love that. What's
It
your
comes full
favorite
circle.
English dessert? Do you have a favorite English dessert?
Yeah. No.
Okay. What else? Oh, yeah.
Favorite English dessert.
Favorite
English dessert. That's what.
Do you have a favorite English dessert? Like a
dessert?
yeah, like lemon curd on scones. or something.
Oh, he's got it.
That's getting up there.
I can think of a few.
Golden syrup tart. Lion's golden syrup, which when you cook it, it just turns it's pure sugar. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's pure sugar, and you make a tart with it, and you put cream on it. I mean real cream, not like American cream. I mean cream.
Right.
Real cream.
Straight unpasteurized from the cow.
The closest you guys get to it is sour cream. Except it's not sour, it's cream.
It's rich.
Oh, God. Yeah, golden syrup tart. My grandma used to make, for Sunday lunch, she'd make roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. She'd make an extra Yorkshire pudding and throw golden syrup on it just for me.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Grandma, love you, babe.
Actually, I have a gift for you then, actually.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, I sure. Food. What?
My grandma's from England.
What part?
She's I'm not sure. She's not actually my grandma. She was my real grandma. She passed when my dad was 5 years old, and she came from England as a nanny, almost like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
She's been my grandma ever since. So it was weird growing up with a grandma with like a English accent, because it was like this confusing thing where I thought everyone had an English nanny grandma. So I almost sort of learned like a little bit of a proper, like, I don't know, English, like sort of that way. It was cool. It's an interesting experience.
Totally see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've talked to Kenzie about this, that I really am sort of proud of being a fucking London.
Oh, you got it.
I mean,
it
it's,
should be.
I remember when the Beatles came out, my dad turning me on to jazz, and me sitting on Lenihan, and all of a sudden, it's the Beatles, and me and all my little friends in Roman Catholic boarding school.
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh. But all of a sudden, we heard the Beatles, and we all went, "Did you hear these?
What is
band?
that?
Did you
Yeah.
hear this band? The Beatles, yeah. Are they as good as I think they are?" Oh. Mm-hmm. That was it.
Right when it was first rumbling.
Nobody told us to become Beatle maniacs. We just went,
They're so good.
those guys are so good.
Yeah.
Kenzie loves the Beatles, and we listen
Kelsey
to the
loves
Beatles.
the Beatles too.
Everyone
Everyone
loves the Beatles.
Everyone
Why
loves the
not?
Beatles.
They are the greatest group of writers and musicians that the world has ever known.
So good. Kels hasn't heard the Beatles story yet. You got to tell Kels the Beatles story.
Yeah. What do you think of the notion of?
She's
What
trying
do
to
you
find
think
something.
of this idea that I've heard on the internet that Ringo? This is an idea that I've heard on the internet. Ringo Starr is the luckiest man in show business. Have you heard
No.
this before?
Yes, I have.
What
As
do you
a
have to say
drummer,
about that? As a drummer, I'm very interested.
I
What about
From
Pete
the
Best,
horse's
though?
mouth.
I know.
what does Ric Parnell think about Ringo Starr right here
Okay,
today?
here we go. Here we go. Ringo is a really good drummer. People put him down. I thought Charlie Watts was half the drummer that Ringo was.
Rolling Stones.
All
Okay.
these claims that people like Pretty Purdy played on all the Beatles tracks. No, you didn't. You're lying. I've watched Ringo and listened to him enough. Paul McCartney played some of the Beatles' drums. We know this. The big drum solo on Abbey Road, that's McCartney. Because he's a good drummer. But Ringo is the most underrated drummer of all time. I think he's wonderful. He put beats down. He invented the thing.
Wow.
He invented it, and I'm going, no.
And everybody does that now.
Kanye West.
Ringo is
Totally.
way better than anyone gives him credit for, except me. I think he's great.
He's so good.
That's all.
He
He
came
did what
onto
they
the Beatles
needed.
afterwards, right? Was he original member? So there was a
No,
There was a handsome drummer before that.
no,
Pete
Pete. Yeah, there was a drummer before them,
the
but
most unlucky guy in the planet.
yeah, I suppose he passed right before
He quit.
he quit.
He quit.
Oh, is that what it was?
He quit.
Okay.
Yeah, he must feel like an idiot.
and Ringo joined in
Right.
Be a lawyer.
'62 when they
Okay.
went to Hamburg and did all that stuff, and Ringo was there for that.
Yeah.
And there is very awful footage of them in Hamburg, and Ringo's just nailing it, and that's all.
Amazing.
That's all I know.
Great.
You know,
That's
I
awesome.
got to see McCartney when he came to town.
Yeah, I got to see that
My
too.
my
That was
biographer,
such a
my
good-
biographer Tim
good
got
show.
me and came with me because Brian Ray, McCartney's band leader and guitar player, is a good friend of mine, and he gets hold of me. He goes, "You're living in Missoula, right?" I went, "Yeah."
Yeah.
He says, "Do you want to come to a Mecca concert?" I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
and I got photos of me, and I didn't get to meet Macca though. I was pissed, but I did
Yeah.
get to meet Huey Lewis,
That's
Oh,
who
awesome.
was so stoned. He was like red eye. It was like, "Hey Huey, how you doing?"
He's just totally.
I love Huey, but no, he was so fucking stoned. So yeah, I hung out backstage with Brian and Huey and me and Tim, and it was fun. The concert was ridiculous. I'm going, you are 73 years old. You are playing and singing like you're 17.
Right? Yeah.
Fuck right off! McCartney is
He's at peak.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
This is the
He's
way.
still at peak.
This is the way that Mackenzie puts it. When someone is so ridiculous, she goes, "Oh, they're an alien."
Yeah. Right?
McCartney is a freaking alien.
Just like in Men in Black, when you like the celebrities of Men in Black are all
There you
aliens
go.
or something. That was the running gang throughout the series.
There you go.
Yeah. Funny.
No, you can't be 73 and do a 2.5-hour concert and nail every song, every beat, every minute. You can't. Oh, apparently you can. Okay, fine. You have to be Paul freaking McCartney.
So what do you think of new bands coming out like Greta Van Fleet?
Love. Here's the thing that
Let's
I
watch.
love. No,
I did
here, no.
get that clip prepared if you want to see
Here's
it.
the thing that I love about Mackenzie. She's been turning me on to a lot of shit that I would not have heard if she liked Greta Van Fleet and Billie Eilish and all these.
Oh, you like Billie Eilish too?
Oh, she's wonderful.
Greta Van Fleet.
Mackenzie knows all this stuff that I don't know because she's 30-something years younger than me, so she's got another thing. And she keeps going, "You haven't heard these guys?" Right, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I can only use 15 seconds for YouTube.
That's fine for me.
So,
yeah, so those young
great.
guys,
Yeah.
they sound like Led Zeppelin.
yeah, they sound exactly like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's the idea.
But I mean,
that's what everybody says. They hear him on the radio and they're like, "Is that Robert Plant?"
not the voice. The voice did. Nothing else did to me.
His
Okay.
voice.
I think they're great.
You wouldn't go that far.
No, they're great. I love them. I've told Kenzie multiple times, if I like the drummer, I tend to like the band.
And you like that drum.
And I like that drummer.
Yeah.
She's also a big lyric person.
Yeah.
I only hear the melodies and the chords and the rhythm. She hears the words.
Same. Yeah, I go more for the...
You know, she's a big lyric person. And I'm like, what are they saying? You don't know what they're saying. Here. And she writes it out for me and stuff. And I'm like, okay. Oh, they're saying that? Oh, that's really cool. You know,
yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
But all
But it's
I
also
hear
like-
is the melody, the beat, and the chords.
Right.
That's what I hear.
We've got some clips here. Let's watch. Let's watch this one. Who's that guy? Who's this guy right here? Who's that young man in that cowboy hat?
The hat.
There's the hat.
But I made it look Australian.
Look at that. Yeah. Bam.
Amazing. That's very cool.
Isn't that cool? That's back in the
a more
70s.
enjoyable experience listening to
That
this
is
than
either in
the others.
Paris or Germany. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, they are really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to do one,
That's Atomic Rooster.
yes, do the one where Chris Farlow is eating a sandwich.
While he's singing.
In the middle of that session, Chris had a sandwich. We're playing a song, and he comes up and he starts eating the sandwich live on television. And me and Steve Bolt
Yeah.
going,
What are you doing?
and then he realizes what he's doing, and he starts laughing, and it's like, okay.
Was he stoned or what?
No, just
He just didn't give a
hungry.
shit.
Hungry.
That's all it was. He just
Good
happened to have a
answer.
sandwich and
That's
took a bite. Yeah.
hilarious.
No, it's literally on that same show. So
That's
Wow.
so fucking funny.
yeah.
Wow.
Here's another clip that I got that I thought could provoke an interesting conversation. This one's you guys when you're coming back from Spinal Tap.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yes, we are, you know, but that's not it. You know, we think that maybe people think that, you know, well, Spinal Tap, they hate England, don't they?
So was that like an issue that was going on? Did people think that? Like, were
Okay.
you worried coming
You
back?
want to know all
interesting, yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I was back in England. Spinal Tap had done the movie and it was all over. And that guy said, Rick, you're the drummer in Spinal Tap. I want to do an interview with you. And I'm like, okay, fine. It's late night. You know, I think it came on at 1 in the morning or something. And I pretended, this was the weirdest thing, I pretended that Spinal Tap wanted to come back to England to prove ourselves, which I say in this interview.
Yeah, I remember that. I was watching that interview. I thought that
Now,
was so strange.
I'm making all this up.
That is fantastic.
Because Spinal Tap was done and over and it's finished. And a couple of months after I did this interview, Harry Shearer calls me and he literally said, hey Rick. I'm like, Harry. He goes, we're putting the band back together, man. He literally put it that way. And I'm like, no, you're joking. He goes, no, we're going to do a Spinal Tap reunion. We'd like you involved. I'm like, but unfortunately you can't be Mick because he's dead. You have to be his twin brother. I went, Rick. And he goes, yeah, right, fine. And that's
The
a
twice
true
dead drummer.
story. Right after I did that interview about Spinal Tap coming to England, and then we ended up doing the Albert Hall. We played at the Albert Hall for 2 nights.
Wow.
And we had everybody there. The girls from Heart were there. And all these people. And I had broken my right foot.
Oh,
shit.
no.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
You bass drumming.
No, listen. True story. These are all true stories. I don't make anything up. So, Spinal Tap had got back together. And we had done 2 or 3 gigs. The last gig, I think, was in San Fran, and we were going to play the Universal Amphitheater.
Wow.
Big gig. Spinal Tap at the Universal Amphitheater. Oh, my God. So I'm down on Pico with my girlfriend, and it's time for me to drive off in my little rent-a-car to go. The rent-a-car. Gears go, no, it's done. It's in the middle of Pico Boulevard, broken. I have to go to a fucking, sound check with Spinal Tap at Universal. Okay, fine. Okay, right. Me and whatever her name was. I can't remember her name. We're like, what do we do? And basically, she calls the rent-a-car company. Your car's sitting here broken. We have stuff to do while I flag down a cab. And we jump in the cab. Okay, fine. We're in the cab. Now, the cab driver, we say Universal. Well, he takes us up the front into regularly. No, I'm going, no, I need the amphitheater.
Yeah.
The amphitheater. And I literally ran out of the car and ran round Universal until I saw the amphitheater. I mean, I'm supposed to be on stage now. The sound check, and I go through the doors. Oh, I open the door, and it's right up here, right, and I see the band. They're all on stage, lights, everything, the band. I go, oh my God, and it looks like, this is true, it looks like, to me, because it's not lit, it looks like a ramp.
Oh no!
Going down to the stage. No, it's steps about that high. And I went, clonk! And this foot goes,
Oh, no.
So now I'm on my knees, right before the Universal.
At least they know you care.
This is all true. And I'm on my knees, and my girlfriend's freaking, and the band suddenly noticed that something's going on up here. And they came up, and Harry goes, can you still play? I went, yeah, I got 2 feet.
No way. Did you switch and have your bass drum over here with your left foot? You're a stud.
Wow.
You're a stud. That's epic.
And I did the rest of the tour with my
Your
left foot. Because I am actually left-footed. I'm called, not ambidextrous, I am left-footed, I'm right-handed. If I play a guitar, I play it left-handed. But my natural strong foot, if I kick a fucking football, left foot. So I went, yeah.
Fluid dexterous.
And I did the
Flow.
rest of the tour using my left foot, and
Amazing.
you couldn't even notice.
Wow.
And after the Universal gig, I got taken to hospital and the whole thing. And the guys in the ambulance actually had the K-Rock live feed. The drummer is being taken to hospital right now.
Like
And everyone's going, yeah, it's a joke.
Damn, that guy
No, it's
rocks
not.
hard.
It's not a joke. This is
Because they
actually
think
real.
it's Spinal Tap joke.
It's so Spinal
And they think it's a
Tap.
Spinal Tap. The drummer even. Oh no.
That's so
Going
good.
to hospital.
Yeah, oh no.
That's perfect. That's exactly the joke. That's so good.
That's hilarious.
I'm telling you. And this is my life.
The horrible disaster is Spinal Tap's joke, and that's what you went through.
And when I got back
That's
after
so
the
good.
hospital, okay, I've got a fucking thing on here and I'm on crutches.
I mean, it's a funny joke for a reason, right? Because
Of
it's based
course.
on real life. That's why Spinal Tap
No,
is funny.
how can it be more real than me actually,
In
literally
crutches.
smashing my fucking foot?
Worthy sacrifice.
So I got back and I'm on crutches, and Frank Zappa's drummer was like,
Frank
Whoa.
Zappa, my all-time favorite.
and when I
His
got
drummer
on the
is so
back
good.
on the
What's
back
his
of the
name again?
stage behind the drums, on my crutches, the roar was insane.
Yeah.
Everybody in there, and there was Meryl Streep over here, and there's
What?
Robert De Niro over here.
Oh,
and
That-
I'm going,
Frank
and they're
Zappa,
roaring.
oh.
That's awesome.
As you pull out the crutches, too.
No, and I got down, and I adjusted shit. I made sure that my hi-hat, I didn't have to use the hi-hat.
You had your rock and roll moment, dude. Like
And
the
I just went,
legendary moment.
boom. After the show,
That's
this
sick.
is a story. After the show, Russ Kunkel, the great fucking session drummer,
Yeah.
told my keyboard player, "Hey, tell Ricky played really great tonight." And CJ goes, "Well, you know what happened?" He goes, "No, what? Well, he broke his right foot." He
He's
goes,
playing.
"What do you mean?" "Well, he had to play everything with his left foot." And Russ Kunkel goes, "Tell him he's a motherfucker." I got that from one of the great drummers of all time.
That's
I'm a
awesome. That's
Wow.
awesome.
The drummer from
Hell,
Frank
yeah.
Zappa's drummer.
He's a famous session
Frank Zappa.
drummer.
Russ Kunkel. Oh,
Russ-
look
Yeah.
him up. He's on everything from Carole King to James Taylor to
Oh,
everyone.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
That's
He
awesome.
goes,
awesome.
"Tell him he's a motherfucker."
Depends
Oh,
on
the Beatles
individual.
story?
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a good one. You haven't heard this, have you? Oh, you'll like this.
It's a good one.
So I'm a kid, and my dad had got me a job at Nens Enterprises, which was the Beatles publishing company. Okay, I'm an office boy.
Yeah.
And I get this job. I have to take Donovan's passport to Apple Records. Okay. As I go
Which
down
is the
road,
Beatles record company, right? That they started.
Apple Records, yeah,
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
started. But Nens Enterprises was their publishing company. And I have to take Donovan's God knows why. But I have to take Donovan's passport to Apple. And I walk down the road, and there's all these people in the street outside Apple Records. And I'm like, what's going on? And this guy goes, the Beatles. They're on the roof.
Oh.
Holy shit, right?
I'm like, what? He goes, no, the Beatles are playing on the roof right now. And I could hear music echoing, I mean, this is like 4 stories up, And I was there for the Beatles
On the roof. Their last show.
That's
That's so
I
cool.
was actually physically there.
Amazing.
That's
Taking
awesome.
Donovan's passport.
So cool, man.
Did you ever know Donovan? Or
No, I
No.
never got to know Donovan,
Yeah.
actually. I think I might have met him for a quick minute somewhere, but no, I didn't.
Not
No.
like the guys that you actually got like close friends.
But it was just, what?
Amazing.
Oh, the Beatles were on the roof. Okay.
With
I mean, I'm doing my little fucking, okay. I walked in. I mean, they wouldn't let me in at first, right? Because there was cops like this.
Right,
I went,
yeah.
look, I'm doing my job. I'm an office boy. This is Donovan's passport. I have to bring it here. And they're like, okay. come in.
Sneak on top of the roof.
But the Beatles were on the roof. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah, they were
like
probably
that.
not wanting to let anybody in, I bet.
No, they
Especially a 16-year-old hippie. They were not about to let you probably in.
didn't. No, it's true.
Who do you think your most influential band was when you were around that age? Like
My most influential band,
Yeah.
apart from the Beatles, Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially as a drummer, I mean, you gotta love that.
Yeah.
Fucking Bonzo.
So
The other
wonder about
one
Flamenco.
was Keith Moon.
Oh,
Oh,
Big Move.
Yeah, great choice.
I was doing a gig with Rooster, and the Who are the main act, and I'm in the,
In the roster.
the nice place. And Keith, he's again 20 feet from me, and he does this thing, and I swear it's true. He's going, doing his thing, and he takes this stick, and he's got his tom-toms like this, and he throws this stick down on the tom-toms, and it goes,
That's
straight up.
in your hand.
and it literally went above the lights, and I'm sitting there looking. He's going like this, and he puts his hand out.
No way.
The stick lands in it.
Oh my God.
What a legend. What a
I went,
champion.
okie dokie.
You're like, I don't know if I could
If
top
you
that.
want to know my influences as an English rock drummer, Mooney, Bonzo. That's it.
That's awesome.
That's it.
I can't blame you for that. What
I
about
was just like, what?
this great artist?
I actually like that.
You can't get to that
And
song.
no, who I did know very well and I liked a lot, Nana Cherry.
Nana Cherry.
Because I worked with her dad, Don.
Yeah.
Did a lot of recording with Don Cherry.
And what was she in?
She had
Solo?
a solo thing. No,
Yeah.
Buffalo Stance.
Okay. Oh
Look
yeah,
up
classic.
Buffalo
hit.
Stance.
Yeah. Classic. hit.
Serious.
I can't right now because I downloaded these clips prior, but I will next time.
But Buffalo Stance,
Along
Nana
with the
Cherry,
sandwich
Nana
video.
was a babe, and yeah.
Yeah.
And when I met her, I said, "Hey Nana, your dad, Don Cherry." She's like, "Yeah." I went, "I record with him," and she was like, "Ah."
That's awesome.
Nana Cherry was wonderful.
What do you think of modern music? Like, let's put on something that might be a controversial pick.
If it wasn't for Kenzie, I'd probably be a lot more negative because I don't hear a lot that I hear. But she goes, "No, you have to hear this," and I go,
Okay, what about this? This is a common one to ask people.
She
what
was
they
like caking me all day
I'm-
earlier.
I wonder what you think of this Cardi B.
Tie me up
See,
like a
that's the one.
surprise. That's your
Cardi
pick.
B,
I went disguise.
the
Want
first
you to
time she
park
told me
that
on
big
the
Mac
Cardi,
truck
I'm like,
right in this little garage. Give me a dream, make it stream. I don't public, make the scene. I don't cook, I don't
She
clean.
thinks
But let
Cardi
me tell you, I
is
got
fucking
this ring.
wicked. So yeah,
She thinks it's wicked. What do you think?
she thinks it's wicked. I'm
You're not super into it.
too old.
Yeah. I don't know if it's even an age thing. I can't get into it either. I really can't.
But Kenzie loves it. So hey.
That's part of
because
relationships. Right? You
Cardi's
make
got a
compromises.
great attitude. That much I really get.
Yeah.
You know, her attitude is
As a
superb.
drummer, it must be a little like weird to hear like those electronic drums.
Me
right?
and
Disappointing?
electronic drums go back. I played on Hey Mickey. Hey Mickey used to play.
What?
Okay, fine.
What? No way.
Yeah.
That's
It's me and
great.
That
it's
is-
me and my bands who drive on that song.
Really?
That's
And
so cool.
and we made $125 each
That's it.
to play on a number one worldwide hit single. Guess how much Tony made?
Billions. Zero.
Nothing.
How?
We're in a lawsuit, the two of us, right now, trying to get her some fucking money from being number one in Japan,
What
Germany,
happened?
England, America.
Did the companies take all her money?
Yes.
The record company gave her zero.
Yes. It was this guy that I knew.
How much money did Mickey get?
Zero.
Bastards.
Zero?
Yeah, well, it's
Nothing.
the singer is
Nothing.
Is Mickey.
yeah.
And
well,
he
not
got
Nick.
zero
He's
dollars.
she,
Nothing.
yeah.
We got $125
Tony, right?
Oh.
The singer's name.
for the session fee.
Jesus.
Yikes.
That's all you got for a number one hit, and then the singer gets nothing.
She got none.
How did
So
that
me and Tony are
The
still
contract,
talking
huh?
all the time. No, it was this guy, his name is Simon Lay, Lait. He took all the money and moved to Brazil.
bastard?
It's about all I have to say about that.
Damn, that's horrible.
He took millions of dollars, moved to Brazil. If I ever see him again, I am literally going to kill him.
Yeah, I'd be
You
furious.
hear
man.
this?
Tony will too. The
Kurt,
two of us, if we see Simon
Yeah,
Lay,
for real, man.
we're stabbing like this.
Yeah, because everybody
Damn,
loves
dude.
that song and knows
In
that
game,
song.
in game.
I did a dance to that. In
Yeah.
4th grade.
Yeah, it's an awesome
Wow,
song.
stolen property.
Tony is such
Yeah.
an incredible dancer. She's insanely good. She
Hey,
is
hey,
now
did you say
70-something,
Yeah.
and she just posted something recently, and she's kicking up above her head and
Yeah.
doing all this. You're
Still
going,
just
Tony,
kicking it.
baby. I love Tony Basil. When we did the record with her, she said to us, "You're the best looking band in LA."
Whoa. And you were like, oh, yeah.
No, Tony, another one.
Another
I
one that
love
you just
Tony.
love. That's
The
awesome.
drums are great in that song.
Yeah, they're
That's all,
great. They kick it. They actually
Yeah.
kind of make the track.
Yeah.
As
That's what I'm
drums
saying, that's
often
the
do,
leader.
though.
Yeah.
As drums often
Yeah.
do. We all know that you're the most important part of the band.
Yeah,
You're the
Of
heartbeat.
course,
True,
no one
true,
else
true,
gets
true.
it but
So,
Brian.
like, here's Slash talking about Spinal Tap. He's saying his Spinal
Oh, I
Tap
love that
moments.
guy, by the way.
Yeah, I love Slash, man.
Yeah,
Have you
he's
met
a
him?
lo-
He's
he's a-
down to
yeah.
earth.
I
He's
recorded
so-
with him.
No way. Tell me some
He's
Slash
on
stories. He's
the-
my
the-
all-time favorite.
Remember I told
He's
you
my
about,
hero. Since I was, like, a kid,
well,
along with everybody else.
the
but-
Tap album I did after the whole thing,
Yeah.
that Harry were putting the band back together. Well, Slash plays a solo on a thing I play. So
That's so cool, dude. That's so cool. He's probably chill as fuck, huh?
he is a lovely man.
He's a sweetheart, right?
Yes,
That's what I've
indeed.
heard.
Yes,
I've met a few people
exactly.
who've met him, and I'd love to meet him, man. He seems like a
No,
sweetheart.
the
and kind of a family man.
singer in that band,
Axel, yeah. fuck.
asshole.
I've heard he's horrible. Asshole.
But him, lovely. Yeah.
It was literally just horrible. And I think we went on late and we left the stage early. It started raining and it was just like, just the most miserable gig. And about a year later, I got some mail from the management office and there was this envelope and I opened it up and it was a broken in half cassette of Appetite for Destruction, and some fan who was at that gig said, "I'll never listen to you guys again." And that was very Spinal Tap.
So what's it like to have, like, be an influence on literally everybody? Like, you're a part of, like, this movie that then, not to mention, like, a million movie, like, documentaries like The Office that are mockumentaries. Like, that's the first of the genre mockumentaries. And now everything's a mockumentary. But then also, like, you've got, like, Tenacious D, you've got Steel
I
Panther.
love that.
Yeah, you got all these things that were influenced by it. And then you've got, not to mention just, like, everybody in general just loves Spinal Tap. And, like, famous rock stars are, like, going on shows and being like, this is my Spinal Tap moment, you know? It's just like, that's got to be an honor, right? I mean, among many other honors of your life.
It's so... I posted a couple of days ago.
I saw that, the 35-year anniversary.
But no, it's the singer, Rob Halford.
Rob Halford from
Rob Halford from
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. He posted this thing about Spinal Tap and how okay, another true story.
Yes.
So I'm at the Palomino on Lancashire in North Hollywood, and I go in and I'm having a beer, and someone goes, "Hey, that's Brian Dickinson."
Oh, no way. Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden. You should meet him. I went, okay. Whatever. So I pick up my beer and I wander over to him.
Nico.
And the guy goes, "Hey, Brian, this is Rick. Brian, you know, Rick's an English metal rock drummer. And, well, Brian, you know, singer. Oh, hey, how's it going?" And then the guy goes, "Oh, Rick was in Spinal Tap."
Yeah.
Brian went,
He's so cool.
he goes, you're in Spinal Tap. I went, "Yeah." He goes, "Fuck off. I hate you fuckers." you made fun of me and my band personally. And I went, no, we were making fun of the genre. Not you personally.
Stonehenge is basically.
He didn't get it.
Oh,
He
wow.
walked
Dumbass.
away.
What a
Brian
dumbass.
Dickinson walked away.
Oh, wow.
You did nail it, though.
Heckler.
You guys did nail it.
Yes,
Stonehenge.
but he thought we were
It was
taking a
practically.
piss out of him personally. We're
What
like,
a
no, I'm like,
narcissist.
no, dude, no, it's not that at
Lighten
all.
up, man. Like, you're running around singing about, like, there's a great
Okay,
slash movie
okay,
about
another
that.
good one, quickly. Whitesnake.
Oh, God.
No. This is a good one.
What was their
No,
famous
wait
hit?
for this. I had
What's
these
their
two.
hit? They have that one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't care. Anyway,
Here I go
But the
again
lead-
on my own.
that's it.
Yeah.
But the leader
Crap.
of Whitesnake, whatever his name is, gets hold of my management company,
Oh, wow.
and they're
No
looking for
way.
a drummer.
Oh.
And my management company goes, well, you know, we manage Ric Parnell, you know, from Atomic Rooster and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, I know he's a great drummer. I heard him with Atomic Rooster. He's a wonderful drummer.
Yeah, you're
I
hell
really
with it.
like him.
Those polyrhythms.
Yeah, I want him to join the band. I want him to join Whitesnake. And then my managers go, you do understand that he was in Spinal Tap. And this is what the guy said to them. He goes, oh, if he was in Spinal Tap, people might think we were a joke.
But they are a joke. Right?
That is
People
funny.
might think we're a
Great.
joke. Well,
People
they
might
already
think
do.
we're a
That's a great joke. That's a
Didn't
great
say
punchline.
it, Didn't say it.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I know it's insane, but
Yeah, it's
I have to smoke.
yeah. Let's take a little break. Let's take a
All right.
little. Let's take a breather. We can
Yeah.
also call it too if you want.
Cool. No,
Yeah.
I'm having
You
fun.
good to go? Let's do
Yeah,
it.
this is
Oh,
fun.
look, I
This
can
is
talk
really fun.
all day.
Let's do it, and we should do it
Obviously.
again.